On the news tonight, stakeholders call for translation of Open Treasury Portal into law to prevent program crash. Governor Nta Abeokuta assures Ogun women of fair deal. Police in Ogun arrest for relations in connection with kidnapping mother of a 7-year-old boy. Good evening and welcome to Channel 12 News. Compliments of the season. My name is Hello. Start tonight on Saturday. The Office of the National Security Advisor has sensitized Nigerians on the National Security Strategy 2019 document recently launched, describing it as the roadmap and antidote to emerge on security challenges. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa reports.
Nigeria has been contending with internal and external security threats, thereby affecting her socio-economic growth and development. That necessitated the development of a national security strategy in 2014. The document, with inputs from different ministries, departments, and agencies, provided a roadmap to addressing security threats, which was reviewed and relaunched recently by President Muhammadu Buhari.
The new measure of national security under this administration places emphasis on the people as the preferred object and not the state, aimed at enhancing the social well-being of the citizenry. This strategy, therefore, underscores the need to address the socio-economic concerns such as corruption, which breeds poverty and unemployment, insecurity, and the diversification of the economy, which are the three key objectives of this administration.
The task before this platform is to explain delegated responsibilities of ministries, departments, non-governmental organizations, traditional institutions, and the civil organizations to enhance implementation and the success of the strategy.
Most government documents sometimes it's easy to read if it's legal or educational, but when it comes to this particular document, it's a combination of many things. It's a bit deep, it's academic.
The document is subjected to periodic review based on emerging security challenges. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
In the spirit of the Yuletide, government and people of Ogun State roll out drums to celebrate this year's festival of 9 lessons and carol. Clerics of again emphasize the importance of unity and peaceful coexistence for an indivisible Nigeria. Lukman Adeva's report is presented in this package.
It was an array of dignitaries, including former President Olusegun Obasanjo, his wife, and traditional rulers. Being the first to be celebrated by Governor Nta Abeokuta, it was an exciting moment for the people as choirs from different denominations took turn to render special number. The governor, President Abeokuta, read the ninth lesson from St. John chapter 1, verses 1 to 14. The governor called on people to exhibit Christ-like attitude during and after Christmas.
Remember that Christ is the reason for this. Let us try to be Christ-like even because of this Christmas season. Christ says we should love and live a festival ourselves.
In his sermon, President Christian Association of Nigeria (CAN) Samson Ayokunle admonished people not to relent in serving God. He emphasized the significance of Christmas, calling on leaders across the world to lead with the fear of God.
Remember your humble beginning and know who struggle with you. All of you politicians, but all of you God have put in different positions. It's not because you walk alone. you work with some people. Don't be incommunicable. Don't be unreachable.
The renowned juju maestro and gospel singer Ebenezer Obefabiyi had thrilled guests with his special performance.
Still in the Gateway State, the governor of Ogun State, Prince Nta Abeokuta, has allayed the fears of women in the state, assuring that more women will be brought into the State Executive Council as well as agencies involved in the state. Prince Abeokuta, who said that the recently released commissioners list was not exhaustive, noted that new commissionership positions exclusively for women will be unveiled shortly. The governor, who gave this assurance in a statement by his press secretary, Kunle Shomori, explained that the interests of women remain at the forefront of his administration's agenda, and his promise that women will play a pivotal role in his administration remained irreversible. He pointed out that the choice of a female, Mrs. Noimot Salako Yedele, as his deputy was to drive women-focused programs in the state, adding that already a number of his special advisors and cabinet rank members were women. He added that in addition to appointing women in office as senior special assistants and special assistants, his administration's recent appointment of Mrs. Mokwe Amokwe Chako as the state head of service was practical demonstration of his firm belief in and recognition of the brilliance, intelligence, and commitment of women to the development of the state. As part of ecological intervention initiatives, the federal government has inaugurated a three-phase ecological project in the Canada state. The project is meant to solve major flood and erosion challenges in the area. Lekon Agbonde reports. Now the Channel 12 News continues after these timeouts. Stay with us.
Mommy. With my Glow 4G, I can now upload my cars online, sell and make plenty profit. That's what they call me now, mommy. The new mega online car dealer.
What you? Shake now when the iron is hot. Shake the man won't be like shake.
I will come and meet you specially and bring one big one for you.
Why you won't see me?
Your daughter. I want to marry her.
You know where? I've been wanting to know the
Hello?
When Glow 4G dey your flow, confidence must dey body. Data is oxygen. Glow 4G, the new speed of life. Your number one 4G network nationwide. The very best from Glow, the grandmasters of data.
Hey, my friend, will you get serious?
Sorry, sir.
Hey, Okada. Oga, my friend. Mama Julie, please.
Oga, you like food?
Not be here. Oga, forget that thing.
Enjoy the taste the Tiger Spices adds to every meal.
Tiger curry flavor.
Wait. Now put the causes not you. I tell you, man. My brother, the Tiger Spices, they bring me come here.
Tiger Spices, they make soup sweet and it gets natural herbs.
Tiger curry
Wow.
Tiger nutmeg.
Tiger delicious.
Oga. Don't worry. The shirt won't chop Tiger Spices soup.
Tiger Spices, when good taste matters.
Tiger Spices, I thank you.
Welcome back. Now we go to news from the sub-Saharan Africa. The national chairman of the African Democratic Party, Yabagi Yusuf Sani, and the immediate and the interim leader of opposition of the Parliament of Malawi, Mr. Lobin Low, has met in Abuja to foster deeper collaboration towards deepening democratic tenets in Africa. Timothy Yusuf reports.
These two opposition political parties leaders from Nigeria and Malawi, Yabagi Yusuf Sani of the African Democratic Party and Lobin Lowe of the Malawi Congress Party, believe that they share a common affinity in areas revolving around the need for credible leadership that will tackle corruption and cater for the well-being of the citizenry in both Nigeria and Malawi. A truly independent electoral commission, they maintain, remains the recipe for the conduct of a free and fair poll on the continent.
Party which decided to visit you because we seem to share common issues. So I'm very happy to say I wish your party well.
When you talk about Africa, of course, you cannot but talk about Nigeria. And Nigeria, with the huge natural endowment, human capital, we believe we need a focused, pragmatic leadership to take us to the promised land.
The two opposition parties are demanding a political persons as umpires of elections, explaining that election is like the game of football, whereby if the referee is impartial and keep to the rule, the game will be fair to all sides. In Abuja, Timothy Yusuf, Nta News.
And now to fiscal matters. Critical stakeholders have called for the translation of the Open Treasury Portal into law to prevent the program from crash. Guests on Good Morning Nigeria say the implication of the policy in public service delivery is enormous if thoroughly pursued. Lydia Sampson reports.
Given muscular expression to the fight against corruption, the Open Treasury Portal seeks to change the conversation in Nigeria with details of transactions literally at the tip of a finger. Though pegged at 5 and 10 million, details of transactions even less will be available on request.
And this will go a long way in further deepening the anti-corruption fight of the present government. And it's also in tandem with the Freedom of Information Act, whereby people can access the conduct of public officials that we are given the trust to manage public resources. The whole idea is to say that people can vouch, and that trust that the government expects from the people, that we are holding these resources in trust, and because of that, see what we are doing with your resources.
Experts here are unanimous that the wave of fiscal transparency is unprecedented, and if sustained, will stamp out corruption.
It is obvious that it's part of accountability, transparency, and fiscal responsibility, because the link is very obvious. You cannot have clear fiscal management of public resources without opening up the space. Just circle. Who do you query? If the Ministry of Finance now has a portal, it is controlled by the ministry. It is a ministry issue because even the Secretary General is under that. And that's what we are talking about, our what? Supreme Audit Act.
The states and local government as the next platform, because we do indeed control about 48% of the resources of the country. So it is something that we also need to move down to that level so the country can benefit from this holistic level of transparency.
The guys appeal for the buy-in of all stakeholders as part of efforts to sustain the anti-corruption fight and make Nigeria take a place in the Committee of Nations. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
From the education sector, report has it that the federal government will continue to support the steady growth and development of tertiary education with the aim of making university graduates self-productive. This was President Buhari's message to the combined convocation ceremony of the Federal University, Lokoja. Charles Arthur reports.
President Muhammadu Buhari, in his message to the occasion, says his administration has steadily supported the development of education in line with international standards and is committed to quality education that will not only bring about self-reliance but help solve some of the socio-economic challenges confronting the nation. The president, who was represented by Noel Biodun Saliu of the National University Commission, advised the graduates not to rely solely on their certificates, but make themselves relevant through hard work, diligence, and skills acquisition.
As the commencement programs, efforts should be geared toward delivering qualitative education.
The Federal University Lokoja's third and fourth combined convocation ceremony was for students from the 2017-2018 and 2018-2019 academic sessions at its permanent site in Felele. A total of 708 graduates convocated. Out of this number, 11 students graduated in first class division, 150 graduated with second class upper, 229 with second class lower, 40 with fourth class, while 5 graduated with pass.
The third and fourth combined convocation ceremony represents another milestone in the history of our dear university.
Whatever grade you graduate with, whether first class, second class upper, second class lower, or even third class, you have really tried because it's not really easy in Federal University.
So I'm grateful to God Almighty because it is His grace that brought me this far.
As part of activities for the combined convocation, some notable projects built through the TED Fund intervention were inaugurated. The Federal University Lokoja has all its programs in the faculties of Arts, Sciences, and Science accredited. It has also established a School of Postgraduate Studies, commenced new undergraduate programs, and established more faculties and departments. In Lokoja, Charles, Alpha, and Nta News.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Correctional Service has signaled intentions to commence its new reformation task from within its ranks, with a lecture tagged Workplace and Corruption, a corollary. Victor also reports that it is to commemorate the 2019 International Anti-Corruption Day.
2017 survey on graft by the National Bureau of Statistics puts the amount paid in bribe to civil servants and other public officials at about 400 billion naira annually. While this is by no means negligible, there are indications that many Nigerians are ignorant of activities likely to be captured under the big banner of corruption. This lecture by the Nigerian Correctional Service to commemorate the 2019 International Anti-Corruption Day is therefore an attempt to shed more light on the subject, with a representative of the Chairman Independent Corrupt Practices Commission delivering the lecture.
Where you have systems that are having loopholes, the corrupt individuals will exploit these loopholes to their advantage.
A journal skit by pupils of the Correctional Service Staff School shows efforts by the service to catch them young, and a dictionary gift by the Controller General suggests the need for them to have a greater understanding of the word corruption in all its ramifications.
We are all witnesses to how the integrity of our nation has been battered by the negative tendency of corruption, leaving us with no option than to launch a full-fledged war against this scourge.
In the end, the target audience, officers and men of the service, appear to have improved their knowledge of what constitutes corruption in the workplace. I got to know the different aspects of corruption, and the effects of corruption in our society. The officers who attended to a lot of corruption areas that have been the bane of progress and development in the country. With this, the new Nigerian Correctional Service has begun the task of correcting Nigerians from within, a move participants believe is the right approach to delivering on its new mandate. In Abuja, Victor Azu, Nta News.
In related development, the Nigeria Police Ogun State Command apprehended all suspects in connection with kidnapping and murder of a boy in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital. Akim Jimo reports the 3 of the suspects are close relations of the victim. His report is here presented from our studio.
Lafenwa Bridge in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, became a mecca of sorts as residents in their number besieged the place to catch a glimpse of first-hand information on the murder of a 7-year-old boy, Abdul Malik Musa, a pupil of a private nursery and primary school in the metropolis. Abdul Malik was kidnapped by his uncle Abdul Farouk Seidu, who masterminded the operation alongside 3 other suspects, 2 of whom are also his family members. The victim met his untimely death after he was thrown headlong from on top of the bridge into the river. Mr. Abimbola Oyemi is a police public relations officer in Ogun State.
The kidnapper made a demand of 5 million naira ransom, and we asked the father of the boy to play along with them. While they are playing along with them, we are trailing them. they eventually resolved to collect the sum of 300,000 naira. In order not to jeopardize the life of the boy, we asked the father to use that money as bait for them. After collecting the money, they now discovered that the boy recognized about two among them. And eventually they killed the boy and threw the corpse into this river.
Some other family members, including the father of the boy, Abdulhamid Musa, speak further on the incident.
Now after around 8 to 9, we want to enter inside the house. We don't want to see Abdul Malik, the boy. So that first, we must say this boy inside the house. They say, "Why find it? We find it. We don't see him. We find any the area where we do any house. One corner we go, we don't see the boy." Around in the morning that Thursday, we don't go report for Sabo. Around 7:30, we say, "Well, now our boy don't lose."
Some of the suspects, however, confessed to the crime.
I say, "I'll go in Lewero. Yeah, they tell me say they won't go check my room." I say, let's go to my room. The money in my room. As we go, I call Isa phone. That they don't carry my call safe.
I go there. Door close. I did there. Me and Serki da abuner na in coincide moto.
The police spokesman, however, cautioned criminally minded people to stay clear of the state.
Fire will be more conducive than Ogun State for any criminal. We are not going to leave any stone unturned in order to flush out all these bad elements from the state. And the Commissioner of Police has made it clear that we are going to take the battle to the doorstep of all would-be criminals.
The father of the victim disclosed that the leader of the gang, his younger brother, had approached him for a huge amount of money to enable him marry a third wife, which he declined.
In the meantime, people within the age bracket of 18 and 35 are generally categorized as youth, as indicated by United Nations Demographic Population Report. The strength of a nation depends on the viability or otherwise of such people. In this report, Akim Jimo takes a look at the role of youths in nation building and how to make them more economically independent and self-reliant.
United Nations report indicates that Nigeria is one of the top 10 countries with the largest youth population in the world. The backbone upon which the strength of Nigeria depends lies in the youth. Hence, they are regarded as the future leaders of the country. The youth constitutes a greater percentage of the country's population. There is therefore the need for government at all levels to hold in high esteem the plight of this category of people. Government after government had formulated and implemented policies and programs to better the lot of young people. This ranges from the provision of qualitative education to creation of employment opportunities, and most recently, youth empowerment. What then are the roles of youth to nation building?
We are delighted when we see youth participating actively in various spheres of the politics. Look at Kwara State. A 26-year-old was made a commissioner. In Oyo State, a 27-year-old. In the National Assembly, we have early 30s, late 20s as honorables. So with such ones aspiring to those offices, the role of the youth in national development is indeed immense.
We need to develop our youths, to empower them, and also to make them more, energetic by giving them little incentive. To get the best out of somebody, you need to motivate them.
So I want to advise the youth, let them be patient. Let them take their time. Let them look inward. There are innate abilities and talents in them that they can harness. I am somebody that believes so much in the potentials of our youth in this nation. Our youth can do anything they set their mind to do. They are very, very talented. They are very, very resourceful. They are not lazy.
Experts say if youths are actively engaged, the incidences of crimes, delinquencies, and social vices drastically reduced. It is in this regard the respondents added that the present administration at federal level is best to positively engage the youth by investing in them through capacity building for them to take up opportunities in various sectors, especially digital and investment subsectors. For these sets of young people, youths have adequately prepared themselves to take up leadership positions.
If the youths are well empowered, they will do even beyond what like we just like say the sky is their limit, because the youth now, we are strong, we are able to, it's just like we're able to jump over a fence, and we are ready, we are risk takers, we have nothing to lose.
So I believe any nation that will like to build itself will first build our youth and to give them platforms and opportunities. For me, if there is any platform that asks me to bring out the best in me, I'm always ready to take up new challenges.
They unanimously pleaded with the old generation to give the youth a chance for them to exhibit their potentials and God-given talents.
And now to road safety matters. The Nigeria police has launched a manhunt for an unidentified man who shot in the leg one of the Federal Road Safety Corps operatives when he was arrested for violating traffic rules at Ibafo axis of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. In a statement, the sector commander, FRSC, Ogun Sector Command, Clement Oladile, indicated that operatives of the Corps were controlling traffic along the axis when a vehicle with registration number WED 264YE was stopped for route violation, and the driver